We cutting loose.
Hold on, Ocho. You might be on the song.
Hey, yo, we back. We back. Okay. Hey. Welcome back to another episode of Comedy Kaijus. Damn, that's crazy. Hey, bro, we got some special guests for you today, man. Hey, so we got some very special guests for you today.
Very special.
Very special. All right. Okay. One of the first things first, we do have our we have a side kaiju today, or a cut kaiju, sitting on the side there. You're not gonna see him, but we got my boy Holden over there, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Appreciate you guys for having me. If you just hear me chuckling, it's because I'm trying to understand how y'all do things on this one.
Yeah, nah. If you hear a white dude that sounds like he on LSD laughing on the sideline, bro, that's just who
so
Holden
funny.
is right there, bro.
The ghost of Kaiju.
It goes to kaiju, bro. All right, but I'm gonna let Marcus go ahead and introduce because this man Marcus right here, he produced this episode right here, so I'm gonna let him do it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyway, we actually have paid producers and Georgia Tech interns.
Yeah. You know what's crazy?
But Marcus got a new haircut, so fuck it.
Hey, that's how y'all.
Hey, we're not going to do this.
We're
not going to do this on this episode, all right?
That's how y'all
on this episode.
That's how y'all know how close we filmed these episodes together from the last time we had the haircut. So
It's still fresh. It's still fresh.
The fuck up.
okay, my bad. Go ahead, introduce him. Go ahead, Marcus. You go ahead, bro. You go ahead.
I'd like to introduce one of my favorite comedians in this game. He is a great friend of mine already. Got a chance to meet him last year and saw him kill and crush and murder every single set I've seen. One of my, again, favorite comedians I've ever seen. My boy, Mr. Troy Bond.
My black friend, Mr. Marcus.
Clap it up.
This is my second year coming to the Punchline in Atlanta, and Marcus was the first dude I met. Hey, what's up, Marcus?
What's
I'm with
up,
my black
Marcus?
friend,
Yeah.
Marcus.
We are
Hold on,
recording,
side.
guys.
Are we recording?
We are recording. This is
My bad. This is our
actually
first time
the
doing this.
episode.
We
No, we should.
we
man.
little starstruck over here.
Little starstruck.
Yeah.
We got to get you some more stars then.
Nah,
I'm more
yeah.
striking you.
It's okay, bro.
I'm the man who killed Charlie Kirk.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna let it go one day.
The ice has been broken.
Oh
Don't
my
worry.
god.
The first person I saw when I walked into the Punchline was Marcus. And if you've ever been to the Punchline, at first I got to the club and I was like, oh no, I'm working at a diner. My life is over. And then they were like, the club is in there, and the doors were locked and shit. And I opened the doors. I think I broke in, and Marcus was on the other end of the door. And my first thought was like, you couldn't help me that entire time. And he was so friendly. He was so nice. And I was just like, hey, man, you're on the I'll put you on the show tonight. And he was just the door guy. And everyone starts as the door guy or doing something.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're always starting somewhere.
Yeah.
And to come back a year later and to see him hosting and working and
Yeah. Oh,
it's all
facts,
about
bro.
just and Holden too, man. Like Holden got up early today just to be in the cuck chair.
Yes.
That's the kind of attitude you have to
true.
make
Exactly.
it. And like
Shit, Holden.
both of these guys, Holden especially, like Holden is the white friend of the group, and I love it because like he just blends in. So I didn't even realize
Type
it till
shit.
today. I didn't even realize it till today.
Passed the blunt to him a
And I
couple
was-
times.
You know what I mean? And it's Atlanta. I have such a respect for. This is my third time coming here. The first time I did a show here was at City Winery, and I didn't really get to see a lot of Atlanta,
Yeah.
especially not there.
That's
Nah,
that's the
yeah,
bougie.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
Yeah.
Like my
Bougie
8th grade
hell,
math
man.
teacher showed up, and I was like, "Oh, okay, this is not the Atlanta I heard about on the Boondocks."
And that's set up for like stage plays.
Yeah,
okay.
and I walked into the show, and some stud was hosting, but also managing, and like we pulled up to the club like 10 minutes before the show, and she pulled up on us, like ready to spin the block, and I was like, "Hey, I'm on the show," and she was like, "I know." And I was like,
No
"Okay."
shit.
I was like, "Yeah, well, you could do whatever you want to with me." And she was like 2'11", like not even that big, but
That's
like
crazy.
was ready to peg me. And I was doing Atlanta, Nashville, and then Austin. So like I didn't really get that much time here. And last
Yeah.
year I came, and it was right before Christmas, and I got to. I really spent all my time at the club, and I got to know the comics in Atlanta, but the people in Atlanta. And this is what I learned most. I lost this exact phone in an Uber. I got into the car, and the driver was a brother with a Santa hat on. Now, you have to particularly love Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah. Driving that
As
shit.
a brother, first of all, because black people don't really love Christmas. Like, my dad is the biggest fucking Grinch of all time. I didn't go see him this year because I knew he hated Christmas, and he still bitched at me. I was like, you just woke up hating life. And he had a Santa hat on in the Uber, and it was an early morning Uber, and I was hungover, and he was playing Christmas music, and I was already pissed off. And like, he was just like, gotta get in the holiday season, right? And I'm like, kill yourself. And what was great about this man, and I hope he's watching, is I left my phone in the Uber, and I didn't realize it until I got into the airport. And I was like, it's too late. I'm not gonna be really doing it. I can't do anything about it. I didn't know he went into the airport trying to find me, trying to give me my phone back. I had my then assistant, now feature Rosie, with me, and she got in contact with the guy. We love Rosie. She got in contact with him, and I was like, I'll give him whatever he wants to get the phone back, and he just sent it back to me. Like, so few people. As opposed to one time I lost my wallet in L.A. and the driver, I tipped him through the app to give it back to me.
LA.
Then he still tried to get me to pay him like 5, 6, 7 times in a row.
Man,
Like, my
That's
point
cutthroat
being,
city right there.
Atlanta is very embracive of the collective.
Man,
Southern
because-
hospitality.
Yeah,
You
the
got-
hospitality is
You got
so real.
Southern hospitality, and you got the
Racism.
the hustlers and scammers. And you got,
yeah, right,
It's
that
like,
too.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
No,
no.
there's such a hustle culture here, man.
No,
Like, even in
facts.
this room, everyone has so much that they have to do.
No,
and
facts.
this is just a part of the day where so many hustles collide and they intertwine. And you have that in New York, but there's a communal vibe in New York, but I was never really trusting of it because there's a lot of like, as soon as you get yours, you're either gonna stab me in the back or tell everyone that I spit in your mouth consensually.
Yeah, consensually. Consensually.
Either one, I'm like,
With consent.
right, yeah.
I hate New York.
Everyone in
Yeah,
this
bro.
room, I feel like, would help me move if I
Nah,
asked
fast.
them, and
I
that's
got
you.
the love, and it reminds me of when Andre 3000 was at the Source Awards when there was the East Coast West Coast beef happening. He was like, the South has something to say, and even from then to now, I think like the South is still kind of in that position,
yeah.
right, where like there's a need to. Not prove yourselves because you already know
Get
your
some
worth,
respect.
but the respect
Yes.
element
Yes.
is never there,
Exactly.
and it is so integral to every part of the culture that's in
Exactly.
this country, and
I mean,
I
you should,
see it
yeah.
every time I'm down here.
That's
It's
what I'm
so
saying.
great.
Like, we got hella shit started down here in the South, man.
Everything.
You got trap music. You got Coca-Cola, bro. You got all this
Yes,
shit, bro. Come on, hate
I love it. I love even like in this room now. Like Marcus pulled out the box of decorations in the car, and I felt like I was going to catch a predator. And then like he showed me all the Legos, and when I'm looking at it, I'm like, look at this, just 2 dudes sitting here not getting ass, and I can't wait to come in and talk to 4 more dudes and
That's
get even
crazy.
less ass.
Give me
Even
less-
if we got pussy, we'd be down 2.
Who needs
I
pussy
love
when you have
it.
bionics?
Are
Who the fuck needs?
Are we -4 on bodies right now? Man? That's crazy,
These numbers
man.
are going down. I don't give a shit. This is how I want to spend
Damn.
every day.
That's what's up, bro. Hey, man, that's what's
crossing
up, bro.
my
Hey, man, not
crossing
sure,
my
but no,
lead.
that's.
I didn't mean to get on a pedestal.
No, you straight. No, we appreciate that though, for real, bro.
This
Like,
is the
nah,
first
like,
time
yeah.
I've been to church in years.
No, because Frosty dressed up right now. That's why.
I thought the ghost of Twitch was in the back.
Oh shit!
Hilarious.
We got Deacon Frost over
I'm
here,
gonna
man.
be real. This is the
Deacon
out-
Frost, no
I
blade.
love it.
What you talking about?
There's so much
the
drip in
outside.
this room. I love it. I love you guys.
Yeah, man, we love you, man. We appreciate that, bro. You
Yeah,
like
yeah.
listen, because you out here doing your thing too, bro. I've been seeing all your reels and shit like that, bro. Your
Thank
crowd
you.
work, man. You know, your joke, just telling just calling up your dad, and just to tell him, hey, can I say the N word? Was just that like that shit
was in
cra-
Florida,
That was
too.
in Florida too. Is
Yeah.
crazy, and you know they all said the N word down there. So
And
it's
Wait,
like,
we're in Florida. We're in Florida.
Naples, Florida.
yeah,
Oh,
It got to a point because I was telling a story
Yeah,
about.
that's not Orlando.
No,
It's
no,
not,
No,
but-
it's not. And like the thing is, like when I said it, then all of a sudden they had a problem with it, and then
Yeah.
then I wouldn't stop saying it, and then because I was
They were waiting on that
to be
shit.
fair, the context was I was telling a story about Logic,
Yeah.
the rapper.
Yeah.
And I was like, because he says it a lot, and I'd be like, I don't think I should be saying it when I hear
Yeah.
him say it. And then there was not even white people, pink people getting upset with me And like and I called my dad, and it was like 11:30 at night. My dad is like in his early 50s. That's when men's bodies just sort of start to give up. Like, like you're in bed by 8 o'clock. You've eaten 2 bags of candy. They don't even have the enthusiasm. They'll be like, I stopped drinking. No, you just gave up on it. Like, you know how end of the line you have to be to give up on drinking. And I called him, and he was so out of it, but so ecstatic after that. And I forgot that he was a teacher, and the school TikTok is for kids in school, and all of them, I have the same name as my dad too, so all of them were coming up to him, showing them the TikTok, and then it got to the principal, and the principal confronted my dad, and my dad called me, and he was like, you got to delete that video. And here I am holding my dad's hand in one hand, and 5 million views. Like, I was like, there's got to be a way to hold on to both of these. I was just like, you know what? My dad went 5 years without talking to me. I could do another 5. And it was fine. It worked out. And those 5 million views paid for a new car. So
no, that bro.
He'll be all right.
Yes, sir. We love to see it, bro. We love to see that. We love to see. Shout out to you, Pop, Mr. Bond, wherever you teach.
You gotta take that sacrifice, man.
That's right.
Hey, tell them kids to get out the damn TikTok. Right? Hey, that's why they locking up your phones right now. That's what
So
y'all are stupid, dog.
man. So yeah, you were talking about New York. So like, when did you go to New York to start doing comedy?
My first job was working at a pizza restaurant when I was 16, and I would come home at like 12:30 at night, and the only TV that would be on would be late night talk shows. And it'd be like, and I was like 16, 17, right when you're like starting to learn about the world. So like I was, and you learn about the world. I always did through comedy, and comedy was like the analogy that helped me understand adult shit and be able to talk to adults. My parents never really talked to me like kids. They talked to us like adults, so we would talk like adults. And so I started watching late night TV, and I started watching Conan again. I used to watch Conan when I was a kid, and then I grew up, and then I fell back into him. Then I'm watching Leno, and then I started watching Fallon. And then I realized that there was a train in Connecticut that I could take that would take me to New York to go see Fallon. And once I was also a huge 30 Rock fan. So when I got to New York, everything I saw on the show was there. And I went to a taping of Fallon. I was in the audience. He was doing a segment called Freestyling with the Roots, where he just asks you some random questions, and then the Roots make a song about it. Yeah. And he wasn't even trying to pick me. He was trying to pick somebody at the end of the aisle. And I'm screaming at Jimmy Fallon until he picked me. I'm 17 years old. I'm on a little bit of Percocet. Not going to lie.
Oh, shit.
I'm on a lot of
16,
Percocet.
17.
I took at least 5 Percocets
a little bit
for this stage.
The perk and shit.
Shout out to Cheyenne Lowe and Melissa Gingle. They didn't do the Percocets with me. They were just 2 bad bitches that came to the table.
Oh, for sure.
That is how
Hey,
Fallon
one thing about
should be.
Troy, he gonna remember your name afterwards, all right, ladies? So yeah, just yeah.
Why the fuck? He got the first.
I got a bad bitch black book. I remember every single one I ever met.
Hey man, they ain't want to see this damn show.
Percocet is a powerful fucking drug.
Hey,
There would be 2 puddles in Connecticut after hearing those names.
Person, white women, bro. That's just how he moves.
It was amazing. And so anyway, he picks me, and I'm on the segment, and then we do the segment, and he asked me a question like, the royal baby was just born. If you could rename the baby, what would you name the baby? And I said Prince Lucifer, and I don't know why I said that. And the Roots made a song about it, and Jimmy and I we start dancing in sync, and it was just like this incredible out-of-body experience. I'm on perks, and
Just reiterate.
I just want to get that back out there. I'm not saying you should do drugs. I'm just saying you don't have to get ready if you stay ready. So don't be taking Percocets before you go to a taping of the late night Jimmy Fallon. But the crazy thing was, and I'm sure you've all had moments of experiencing this, whether it's been like going viral and getting papers served to you, or like, you have this moment where I saw myself on TV, and I was from the small town in Connecticut, and now I'm on television, and I'm like, holy shit, this is possible. I could do this. Then I said, fuck school. It was my senior year, and every day at 8th period, I would drop, and I would go to New York, and I would take the train, whether I had money or not. There were many train rides I've spent in the bathroom for 2.5 hours. I was in New York City every single weekend. Shout out to Al Martin, who owned the Broadway Comedy Club. He gave me one of my first starts, and there was just something where I sucked every time I went on stage. My first open mic, I was the first person there. New York Comedy Club, and nobody else was there, and I just took a bottle of Jack Daniels from behind the bar and put it in my backpack. Why did I do that?
Crazy.
Why did I do that? Because I was 18, going to a city, I was nobody, and you're nothing, and I loved that about New York, and I also just loved that like every room was like a room in GTA where like you can go in, there's like people living lives and you find shit, and then also like the guiding light was stand up, and now stand up is so accessible and there's so many people doing it, but there's also at times I feel like an abuse of people's time and content. Like stand up is like the last time people get in their cars, get a babysitter, drive to the venue, pay for the drinks, do all this shit to enjoy something. So like a lot of gimmicks work, and I'm really happy there's enough food for everybody, and if it works for you, you should keep doing that shit.
I'll be fair.
But there's a part of me that is like kind of a pretentious purist with stand up where I'm like, all you need is a microphone and the audience, and it's amazing to me that people even still care about that. People got PlayStations at home, so like the fact that you want to hear jokes, but then you realize that's not what people want to hear. They want your essence. They want to see you. They want to feel you. They want to be in a room with you. They want you watch a Netflix special at home. It's very different than watching a live show. You know, people laugh socially because you feel safe in the collective, and even last night at the show, some woman just like yelled out, "Fuck you, I didn't like your Charlie Kirk jokes." And another woman said, "I didn't like your Charlie Kirk jokes." But the older woman, shout out to Terry, Big Tit Terry.
Shout out
Big
Terry.
Tit Terry.
Was cool.
Terry didn't like the jokes, but she moved on and she laughed and she was like, "I'll respect what you said. I don't give a shit." Sidebar, as Charlie would have said too. And had he not taken one to the throat.
No shit.
And this woman said, "Fuck you." And I understand why she said, "Fuck you."
Can't say anything now.
Not, especially if you're Charlie Kirk. My own chair just went down. I think Charlie was pulling me.
Oh my God!
Damn!
I'm not trying to get you guys in trouble. My bad.
Fuck, you good,
We're
bro?
here. Fuck it.
Hey,
There's
man, we
something
here,
that's
bro.
so pure to me about people still being interested in stand-up because it's an expression of yourself and of your soul.
No,
and,
facts.
and we need to embrace that in this ever. I like technology. Technology's changed my life. Technology has made my life easier. It's made a lot of people's lives easier. But where there are shortcuts that exist, we can't forget the roots and the path that exist right here alongside with it. And to me, stand-up is that trail.
Yeah, and I think it's great.
That's how I got started. Sorry, that was a long.
No, but I think it's great because going off of that, I think just like whenever people come out to see like you or like anybody else, any of us and stuff like that, it's like it's one thing to do a joke that you've written down, but it's another thing to perform and actually be in that joke. You because when you tell a story, that's like because I'm more of like when I do my jokes, I'm telling more stories. But I still make jokes about it. But I want the people to know who I am and shit. You know what I mean?
Don't even have to be funny. You just have to be interesting.
Exactly.
That's why stories work so well, especially if you're a great storyteller.
Yeah,
like, I listen to that for 3 hours.
Yeah,
and there's only one of you.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're the only one who's gonna be able to have that experience.
Yeah, last episode we talked about my ACL tear on stage. So
yeah.
How long did it take you to heal from that?
It was a whole year.
He's not healed yet.
Yeah, I'm not. I am.
No, you're not.
I am. I'm not 100%, but I am.
How old are you?
I turned 30 this year.
I'm about to
So do I. I turned 30 next Saturday.
Word. Oh
yeah,
shit.
I'm with you, man.
Yes, sir, bro. Come on,
So
now.
we're both at the point where we're like, I'm healed. I'm fine,
but
because we
here's
know
the thing.
the injury we just sustained is with us for life
It's
now.
for
But that shit happened to me when I was like 28. I just turned 28, and it was a week after. It was also at a mic. I did it was on the show.
Man,
it was during the
put
show.
Your blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, I put my blood, sweat, and tears.
Wait,
in
what
that
show did that happen at?
That was my reg show.
At Eden?
At
Yes.
Eden, yeah.
Oh my God.
You heard about this? I told you.
I know, but I just remembered it. What an unaccommodating place to tear your ACL.
I know, bro.
Why? What's up with that?
Did you want to?
It's a black room in a hookah bar.
It was
in
a
the
back,
cut.
yeah.
Damn.
So
No real stage.
I'm gonna do
Put a live
dance
DJ
floor.
and every fucking thing.
So I'll do a quick
With the
little.
DJ standing over you.
I was gonna say this sounds like a clothing.
So I'm
store.
gonna do a quick little story. Okay, all right. I got a joke I do. It's about Chris Brown. About
No wonder you tore your
Yeah, okay,
ACL.
yeah, right. So I do the joke because I talk about how he does a little crump move inside the Yo song, right? I say, like, hey DJ, want to do this joke? Cue that song up, right? Do the joke, do the dance.
You had a sound cue for your ACL.
No, man, I was excited
tear,
because I had a DJ. DJ, cue this shit up, right? So I do the joke, I do the dance. I've done the joke 5 times already. I stick the landing all the time. I
He's in a full
landed,
body cast.
bro. I landed. My knee caved in. I heard 3 pops, and I'm on the ground on stage, right? DJ still playing the fucking music. And everybody's in the background going, pardon my intrusion, but excuse me, miss. I saw you from across the room.
Black people don't give a fuck.
And I was like, DJ, cut the fucking music.
He tore his shit on beat.
Bro, no, facts. So, because when I got off the stage, they didn't stop the music because they was like, hey, bro, we thought the shit was a part of your bit. Because when you fell on beat with the music. So, yeah, bro. So, yeah, that's a quick little, yeah. So I did. So when that shit happened to me, that was my joke for a good like 6 months with me and my brace and everything like that, bro. So yeah, so
everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. So like you said with the whole, hey man, it's just you just gotta be interesting. That's
And the thing is like there's times where I'm sitting down and I'm editing a clip and I'm like, this shit is gonna go viral. It's gonna do numbers, and I don't even look at my phone because I'm like, I'm gonna reward myself to this clout when I come back, and I'm like, did that shit say 350 likes? And the last one said 647,000, and I'm like, damn, okay, that's my fault for having that expectation of that because I'm putting it out there for the wrong reason.
Exactly.
I don't even, there's a great tool, and I know a lot of artists listen to this, so I'll plug it out. It's called Submagic, where you can take like long clips. It's great for like podcasting, and there's an AI that'll watch the whole thing and it'll clip together what it thinks will be good clips for social media.
Oh,
and that's a good tool.
Okay.
Submagic, yeah, it's a good tool for when you want to mass produce a lot of content, and it's good for that. And like all AI, it requires a human eye to use it as a tool, not as a substitute.
Not facts.
And it's doing a lot of updates right now, so it's been kind of glitchy. And I use it for my 3 podcasts. So I went back and I've just been watching all my stuff through Premiere. And I find that those videos that I carve out through Premiere myself, that I put out, do way more numbers than what the AI stuff will do, because that's still my soul that I'm still extending.
Exactly.
And I kind of hate making clips because I want people to just come to the show, but in order to get them to come to the show, you have
We're in the
to
social
clips.
media age, man.
Yeah, you know,
bro,
and like it's something we should all be grateful for, because like everything is there to use it or abuse it. And like we're all cyborgs now, and I've just sort of come to the point where I've embraced it, because without it, I wouldn't be sitting here in this room with you guys right now.
That's
And
true. Fast, man.
and trust me, I don't even look at my comments or messages anymore, because you get like 5 death threats from a stud, and it's just a Drewski fan
That's what's so
account.
funny.
Like,
You look at you go through the comments, bro, and you're like, you'll be arguing with somebody, and then you finally click their profile. You're like, what the fuck am I arguing?
I know. I'm looking at
Let me tell you something,
and
bro.
I'm like, it's just a clickbait farm in Bangladesh right now.
motherfuckers
Gosh,
here-
I know that's you. But like, a lot of time you go click and like they'll reply to my story and they'll call me every name under the sun, and I'll out of boredom I'll click their profile and it'll say follow back, and I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm like, thank you. And,
exactly.
You know, Cat Williams would be like, if you don't have no haters, you're doing something wrong.
Exactly.
And a lot of times stupid people tell themselves that so they don't change their behavior. But I hate myself. But I do. I don't even have mirrors in my house because I'm like, I don't want to look at that motherfucker. I truly don't. There are no mirrors in my house. But I will say, when I said what I said with the Kirk stuff, I knew I was right, and I knew that there were people who were hurt by the way that people like him thought, and there were people It's happening right now.
No, facts.
And I was able to live with myself through that. And also, if I'm wrong, I'm a cop to the fact that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And that's what social media is sort of there for. And there's a version of you that exists in everyone else's head that's not the real you. And art is your opportunity to constantly show them who the real you is.
Facts.
And you're all doing an incredible job.
Nah,
at that.
man,
I gotta
you're doing
be
a great.
honest.
Hey, you're doing a great job.
You're doing
Come on now.
You're all extremely
Appreciate you.
very incisive, and you have these great niches that are like from the different corners, the dark corners of the earth, and those people that live in the corners, they come to shows, so you just gotta grab them before they go to Andrew Tate.
No.
Please.
We will.
He just lost on Netflix. They're coming to us.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, man.
It's like, fuck that. I want to learn about Bakugan.
Yeah, bro. Come on, you see this? You
Like,
see
come
this
be
shit we got
nerds,
going
man.
on?
I was gonna say,
I love it.
So yeah, bro.
Did
Yeah,
you
man.
always like want to like integrate like your nerdy stuff into your comedy, or did that just naturally happen?
That's a good question, because like when I started to, I kind of hated it because it was always my escape. Like comics were my escape. I'd be hosting hours of open mics and like reading the entirety of Ultimate Spider-Man on my iPad. Like it was great for that. And then once I started monetizing it, or I started making it another part of the grind because I can't. I use perfection as a tool to torture myself, so like I can't be just satisfied with like some being half-assed. So then the nerd stuff became part of the job too, and then like everything else, you learn to live with the torture you're comfortable with, and you go, I don't have to do this. I get to do this, and hopefully for the rest of my life.
Hey,
and
we love to see that, bro.
There's what I really love are because people who love the stuff that we do aren't necessarily the jocks. A lot of times they're very lonely people, or they don't know how to connect with a lot of people, or the opportunity's not there because there's this idea of who that person is because they're into this kind of shit.
Exactly.
And then they come to a show and they thank you, or you know, then that's when it's all worth it. You go, God, if I'm your LeBron, goddamn it, I'll be your LeBron. I'll be the Brad Pitt at Comic-Con if I have to. But then you realize everybody has something like that, and nerds. We kind of won the war because, like, it's in the cultural zeitgeist now. Now you're kind of like, if you talk to somebody about Game of Thrones, you don't know the least bit of Marvel, or you don't even know the difference between Star Wars and Star Trek. You're like,
what
man,
the fuck, buddy?
No,
shut your bitch ass up.
Bro, I'm telling you,
I'm
telling you, the equilibrium shifted.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, I've seen jocks get bullied by nerds about fucking comics and shit. It's like, hey, motherfucker, or anime. It's like, hey, motherfucker, you don't know shit. You only watch Dragon Ball Z. It's like, oh, it's crazy.
You play Call of Duty all day.
That's what I'm saying. Go home and hit your wife.
That's why I had like my song, like our intro song, "Addicted to the Losers."
Yes,
that's the whole fucking premise of the song. Like we're the fucking not the losers technically, but like the people that are like outsiders, the underdogs.
Yeah,
that's the side you.
We're their guiding light, man.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, bro. So yeah, I feel that, bro. So yeah, bro.
I think what you guys do is very important.
And
it's also I love the fact that you come with your own swag and you set up with the decoration. It's so
Come on,
important.
Bro. Listen, man. I
love it.
I had to sacrifice to take some of this stuff off my desk, but you know, it's all
I
good,
know
I cried
the
a little
feeling.
bit.
My house is also my studio, so like, my girl recently moved out. We were living together, and then I was looking in the mirror the other day in full Darth Maul makeup because I was doing a sketch. Where he's farting in Phantom Menace, walking by the door, like when he's on the other side of the red door with Qui-Gon. So like, I'll get that idea, and then I'll spend hundreds of dollars on the costume and makeup. I had the contacts in and everything, and then like she's like in her stuff and she's leaving, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, that's the right move, baby. You should.
Yeah.
Tell me anymore. And, but like, I look at you guys laughing at that just then is like enough for me to be like, all right, I live to not kill myself another day.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm not fighting, but
because we love what you do, bro. Because like honestly, we knew you'd be like a great fit for this shit. You know what I mean? So
I love it.
We appreciate that, man. Because I've been seeing your shit, bro. So we know you've been. So yeah, all right,
Marcus has been killing it. It's been great to see.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you about Marcus. Listen, you think you're self-deprecating?
Oh, I know. Marcus has like I just got molested eyes. And I mean, like 20 minutes ago, where he just happened, where he's like, I didn't even know if I could call it that. It might have just been a full-on rape, but it felt like a molestation because he bought me a bike. I went to the movies with him. We ate pizza. He was 74, and then I let him fuck me, and I knew it was wrong, and I don't want to tell anybody. So just look at my face. He has like eyes of like the dog that you know you can't afford at the shelter. He's like, yo, I'm $50, and he's like, I know. That's how do you think I feel? And he's like, this is a kill shelter, and he's like, I won't see you next week. That's the eyes behind him.
Hey,
like,
instead of the white van having candy, they had Dungeons and Dragons and Ice.
Yeah. And he was like, let me in. He opened the door. He's like, I know that says rape.
We got a running joke on the show because when Marcus was like, I'm a dungeon master. I was like, and I said out of nowhere, I was like, you look like a dungeon master. So I was like, crazy. And then he came up. One of these times, we was because there's another running joke where he's like, I was like moving the mic down from Mercedes, and he out of nowhere was like, yeah, you got to show him that face of a DM right there.
That's the face of a DM, man. I'm trying to tell him. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
What did you think of the Stranger Things finale, Dungeon Master?
I know you watched it.
Yeah.
I actually have not seen the. Niggas, can I speak? My bad, niggas and Jimmy.
Holden, you were included.
Holden, you're in here, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's my ringtone.
Oh god.
Because I didn't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons really, and then Stranger Things taught me a lot about it, and I was like, wow, this is. I mean, that's not for me, but I love the fact that it was the way it's set up with the lore and.
Yeah. I wasn't really into Dungeons and Dragons when I started watching Stranger Things. I got into Dungeons and Dragons based off of Baldur's Gate 3, and I got into a podcast called NADPod, which is short for Not Another D&D podcast, and that's when I kind of fell in love with the game.
What makes you a dungeon master? Did you have
Glasses.
to kill another?
Did you have to kill another?
I was gonna say, did you have to kill another dungeon master and sleep with his wife? Because I know you get to make up the shit. So like, I'm just wondering. I'm asking out of genuine curiosity.
No.
Because I saw the eyes again, and I was like, oh no.
It's like you gotta do a training arc for this shit. You have to do a training arc for this
You
shit.
the side eye.
Marcus over here like.
I'm just saying, it's not necessarily in our blood to be the master.
Oh my god.
Nah, that was a good one.
That was a good one, bro.
Holden is like, no, it is not.
Holden's not saying anything right now.
Like,
Holden
nope.
is quiet.
He's sitting his black ass down and listening. No, but like, so how you become a dungeon master? Master.
Master.
Dungeon Master's crazy.
Please let me speak. And I can't.
Not gonna lie, bro. I just might gonna call you Dungeon Master.
Dungeon Master.
Marcus, can we do a Civil War campaign?
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. I want to be.
This is
on
why
that.
Holden's in the cut chair.
Shout to Kaiju over here, bro.
God.
Goddamn Kaiju over here, bro.
Idiots, too.
Okay, tell them how you became a DM, bro. Please.
So I played and I just got on this and I just felt like doing it. I just asked some friends, like, did y'all want to play? And we played it through PlayStation. We were just doing digital, and then I eventually just through comments, I was like, let me just run this in person with some comedians. Jimmy's cracking fun, but he's one of my players.
That's got to be so much fun to play with.
Yeah.
Bro.
Don't worry, I'm gonna murder his character soon.
That's
so this
crazy.
is all
Stop
this.
saying
All-
that.
You gotta have people that are like storytellers.
Yeah.
Fucking want to get into it. Imagination.
Yeah,
People
bro.
don't get
Yeah,
it.
so I've said it, but it's like,
Wait, I didn't know we was our first live campaign. I did not know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
so usually he did digital when we meet up together and actually do this shit. Yeah, that's just crazy.
That's, thank you for doing that, man. That's so special. It really is.
No, facts, no.
You breaking barriers, low key.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so I had
I'm just seeing the color in this room now. By the way, putting it out there. It took 40 minutes. 'Cause my wallet's missing. That's how I know.
Oh shit.
but
I stole it from half of my damn self.
Oh my god, bro.
Half of my damn.
Why do you think Holden's not in the camera right now? You don't know. His wall's gone already.
He is the
I
diversity
offset the white
LeBron.
balance pretty bad.
Oh shit. But yeah, nah, we was our first live campaign.
yeah, so
it was like-
the campaign I created, it's a mafia themed campaign.
Yeah.
Like I always tell them like Sopranos is one of my favorite TV shows. If not, like I always say Sopranos and The Wire are my favorite TV shows.
But you didn't
of all.
put black on your application, did you, Noah?
What did I tell you about negotiating with these desert people? Hold on to your cocks.
Yeah, with the fed.
I'm hurricane spondulitis.
He was a fake. I don't really give too much of a shit about what people do behind closed doors, but that Hunter Schafer's or whatever, she was pretty good. I like
Put a knot
that.
to my heart.
Right in my-
How much more betrayal can I take, T? It's fucking. He's looking down at us with great pride. They fucking. You hear about that guy from Grateful Dead? Let's just say he ain't grateful no more.
Shit, damn, that just happened too, bro. This guy right here. But no, Marcus, that's the thing with like D&D, like you did, like people think it's just, it's that fantasy world type shit, right? But no, it's more like you really can just create your own world and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like like that Mafia campaign is shit spy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we did, cause me and him, we played D&D together with
Wild Wild
our
West.
content group, right? We did a Wild Wild West one, right? We're gonna talk about that one. But yeah.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah, but yeah, bro, it's just like you can do just so much shit and just be creative with the shit, bro. Cause like, you know, I'm over here. Me and him, we did a campaign one time before this one. We ran a 2-man on some elf girls, right? And just like, and just like how you was last night. Hey, I went home with the elf girls and he didn't go with it.
Oh shit!
Damn, Jimmy. Damn, shut up. God, Jimmy always saying something. Damn.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That was a great story about you, God.
We going to down. We going to down.
All right, we're good.
We going to down.
In Walgreens.
But yeah, that's all I'm saying. You can just do anything like that, bro. It's just crazy,
Oh,
bro.
that's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, bro. Because I was like, I had my thing with my cow woman the other.
Okay, I'm just gonna say every
all right,
time you mention one line about any game, it sounds like a crime.
Listen, we're just gonna.
I'm glad you're getting it out there.
Hey, man, listen, bro. I think bro. But no, he does a great job as a DM, bro. I like that's and like
Yeah.
he just does the research and everything like that, and he just makes sure that we
Like, you know that TikTok sound of 21 Savage, where he just be in his own world, like he funny as hell, but like that's Marcus. Like Marcus, like just is in his own world, and he carries a lot of. There's an underlying sadness to him, to all of you, to be honest, to all of us. That's why we're comedians.
Yeah.
But like
that's very
we
true.
have taken it and you snowballed it, and you didn't snowball it in service of being somebody you're not. You were like, here's who I am. Even if 12 people show up, I'd rather those 12 people than like 3,000 people who are only here to see one side of me, whether it's my looks, my jokes, whatever. Like with my stuff, it took a while. There was a reason people were coming to my shows, and still are. A lot of the time, people want to see me get into it with a heckler, which I don't necessarily love because I'm trying to joy bait motherfuckers.
I know, but that shit gets the views.
It's fun and
though,
it gets
you know?
views, and it's also it's like you said about the moment with crowd work. It's happening in that moment, and you sort of getting a validation from the audience, like, oh, he didn't write this. That's off the top of his head. I got to give him his respect points. And then there's also there's a segment of the population who were coming for my looks, not on a Matt Rife level. Shout out to Matt, but like they were still coming, and in a way, the nerdy stuff was sort of my way of kind of not trying to sabotage it, but trying to be even more of myself. And if that made me, like Steve Martin would talk about in his book about how you would perform at these sold out coffee shops when he was coming up in the 70s, and he had to cut his audience in half by stepping up and going to theaters, but he had to take that step, so that became his new baseline. And like that's kind of what I felt like I did with my nerd stuff, with anything that I put out there. And what you get back is genuine admiration and genuine connection with your audience.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you've been there at the meet and greet lines. It could take forever sometimes because you could ask me one question about Michael Jackson or the Death Star or Batman, and we're gonna talk for a good chunk of time. And I'm not gonna bullshit you with it either. Like we're gonna talk, and
man.
that sometimes I look forward to that more than I look forward to the show, because like you just want to see the people that you're drawing and connecting.
Exactly.
That's when you can be like, okay, maybe I don't hate myself that much, because you got to show some respect for the people that love you.
It's basically community.
That's exactly what it is.
You know what I mean?
That's
What's
why I think
funny-
dungeon mastering is so important.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
What's crazy is that so like people see your clips and shit, and they want to argue with you and whatnot. So they're buying tickets to come and like sit in the front row.
It might appear that way. It's sometimes I can't believe it myself. Sometimes they come and they sit in the front just to be fucked up and have a good time. Both shows yesterday. The first show, there was a woman who they drove 8 hours from Orlando. Shout out to my man Teddy, and he was gonna come to my show in Albany before they postponed it, which means we're canceling it because you said something about a dead podcaster. But he then drove from Orlando to Atlanta, and his wife was toe up from the flow up, and I would.
They got there like 2 hours early. They were hammered from
They
the
were
start.
Really?
murdered.
I don't know if
He was
they
fine.
were-
She was out of pocket.
They were following staff members in as we got
Yeah,
there.
it was
and
a
it was like,
problem.
What's up?
But they were having the time of their life. So I was annoyed, but I was like, okay, you know what? This is kind of your fault. And then the second show, there was a dude who was, I would say, is equally lit, but maybe he was just also having a good time. He sounded just like Boomhauer. His name was Gil, and he was sitting on the corner of the stage. Just every joke had something to say. Was laughing, having a good time. Wasn't annoying, but like. He bought that ticket, showed up because he wanted to sit in the front. He wanted to have that interaction with me. Then there was a woman who, like I told you, didn't like the jokes, and knew who I was going in. Knew if you come to my show and then you're surprised by my politics, that's kind of on you. And I'm also, the difference between me and them is I am not gonna punish you for your ideas. I think true diversity lies within diversity of thought. Everyone is welcome at my show. I may feel a certain way. I'm not going to preach to you about it. Maybe I will increasingly, because the divide between real life and what's going on is getting kind of scary. And I was just telling Marcus in the car, like, they're killing white women. The Civil War is here.
Oh yeah.
You don't do that. They killed a white woman in Minnesota.
That's kind of crazy.
We are all in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, it's here. So what do you do in that situation? Do I sit back and I go, okay, I don't want to give people politics because they want to break from it. I don't set out to do that.
Yeah.
It just sort of happens, and it's like saying, I don't want to see my movies be political. It must really start to be a conservative going to the movies right now.
Facts.
Because this shit is about you, my G. And I'm not even trying to both sides and split people in facts, but like if you're going to come to my show to fight, I'm not going to be cocky and say you're going to lose the fight, but I'm going to tell you I'm going to have a great time the entire time.
Everyone else is going to have a good ass time.
Yeah, well, they get a little, there's some tension when there's like a genuine heckle like that because everyone in the crowd is like, mom and dad are fighting right now. And they're like, you have to say something funny that's going to save not only your ass, but their time too, because like you're there to give something to them. If you're going to try to hijack it and make it about you, when I'm already making it about me, bitch, my name is on the sign. Like, I'm going to take that shit, bully you to an eating disorder, and then get back on with the show, and you're gonna cry about it all weekend, and I will have never known your first name.
Which I guarantee you she is doing right now. I promise you.
Doing right now.
I swear to God, she walked out crying.
And I want to say,
She walked out crying.
I'm never happy about it, but I'm also not really that sad about it either.
Exactly. Oh, for sure, bro. Hey, if you watching this, I know you're not.
You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
Because they do.
Yeah.
Haters love to watch shit.
Get over it. Anyways.
It was funny. Changed my mind.
So brought to you by Comedy Kaijus.
So now we know all that, bro. We're just gonna go ahead and go to our first segment and everything like that. What's popping, bro? So this is our segment where we talk about what's popping with everybody. So Troy, what's popping with you, bro? What's going on with you, man? You can talk about anything you watching, what's going on, just
Any games
you playing.
movies.
Yeah. This is I'm the last few months have been difficult, and it's been a sort of recentering and valuing what you escape to in life and where you can go and places you can go. And I read a book a week, comic book, for my podcast, Secret Identity. We just got through the Absolute Universe in the DC world. It's amazing. Man. I read Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, and Absolute Martian Manhunter. And the Absolute Universe is so amazing because, like, we how many times have we had relaunching
retellings,
and they're doing it the right way because they turned it into manga essentially. And like seeing a 6'9" Batman fight a 12'2" Bane, and like, and so like that was like the physical embodiment of like take it, make it 10 times darker, and make it 10 times bigger. That's cool as shit, amazing. But then I read Absolute Martian Manhunter, which is a story about yourself and your feelings and your aura and your connection that you have with humanity. And it's so easy to write comics off as comic books, but I would argue that they required the same amount of effort to write a novel, fiction or nonfiction, as you would a comic. And if comics are what help people understand how to be good people, then God damn it, give them an omnibus right now. But it's so hilarious to me. I was just watching Captain America: Winter Soldier at the hotel, and
great movie.
There's that scene where he's like, the government's infiltrated by Hydra. They're sending the military to your city to come and kill you. And for some reason, we're recording this in early January, but for some reason, I'm going, this is familiar for some reason. And Steve Rogers gets on the mic and he says, "Look, I'll fight them alone if I have to, but I feel like I'm not gonna have to." And then the next scene, the dude is like, "Launch the helicarriers," and he's like, "I'm not gonna do it." And he's got a gun to his head and he's ready to die. And Peggy Rogers fights him, and then there's just an all-out shootout.
Yeah,
and it's brutal, and it's really hard to watch because I'm like, how far? And I don't want to be hyperbolic, and I don't want to be a scary ambulance chaser, but it's sort of, to me, ridiculous to say it's impossible for any of that to happen right now. And comics will always be analogous to what's happening, and they'll be a reflection of our time.
Yeah.
And if you are a big movie watcher of the superhero, anime, whatever variety, pick up a book and read that shit because that's like a movie you could direct in your head.
No, it's crazy because like it's that ignorance sometimes, bro. Folks really just gotta open their eyes and just like wake up from this shit, bro. Because like, how do you watch all this shit and still think the way you do sometimes? Like, it don't make no fucking sense. Like,
it's a choice. Honestly, it's a choice at a certain point, and if you're gonna make that choice, then I'm gonna make that choice too, and I'm gonna make the right one.
Hey,
Not to get on a high horse because I'd be fucking up a lot. But like at the end of the day, at least, I'm not gonna step over a person to get to a person just to be a better person.
No, facts, bro. No, but the Absolute series is out fucking insane.
I love it. It's so great. And
oh my gosh.
we got all the Avengers Doomsday leaks are coming out. By the time this comes out, we're closer to the Super Bowl. I'm really excited to see the Doomsday trailer for that. I'm excited for the Michael movie, which I wasn't for a while because I sent in like 3 audition tapes for that.
Which movie?
For the Michael Jackson movie.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah, I was like Tyrese when he was trying to audition for Django. I was sending in tapes.
You ain't got to give me Michael. You just got to give me one of them.
Give me something. I'll play 90s to 2009. Give me something. I want to be starting something. God damn it.
This is fucking. This is nepotism at its finest.
Yeah, because the part went to his nephew, who is Jermaine's son, and that's just I love that Jermaine got to sit there and deal with that shit again. Because Jermaine spent his whole career being like, my bitch ass little brother. And now his son is playing his bitch ass little brother.
My bitch ass son.
And there's such a Michael resurgence right now that I love because a lot of this, like, he died in 2009. That was what, 16 years ago? There's like 16-year-old kids that are discovering that music right now. There's like toddlers on TikTok. I'm watch his videos, and it's, to me, what I always think about art being, which is it lives forever. And I think a lot of people get into comedy or music because they're afraid of when they die, they're going to be gone and forgotten. This sort of leaves something behind. And I'm so glad, because it has not always been easy to be a Michael Jackson fan. And people, as time has gone on and people have woken up a little bit, they've been able to cut through a lot of bullshit. And we're very anti-corporation and very pro-art right now. And he's always been my number one, and it's so great to see him, sort of have this year of Michael. And also, what Stranger Things did with Prince, you would have fucking hated the fact that they played his music in the upside down demonic shit. But
facts.
The estate cleared it because they saw what Kate Bush and Running Up That Hill did. And I'll be honest, I'm on TikTok. Every 5 edits is a Purple Rain edit now, and I'm like, for as many people who didn't know Michael Jackson, there's about 25 times more who did not know Prince. And it is so good for my soul to see these 2 black artists who were killed by white corporations finally get their due.
Hell yeah.
Marcus, his playlist on the way over here, we start off listening to Outkast, then it switched to If I Was Your Girlfriend, then like 3 Stevie Wonder songs, and then next thing I know, we got a blunt in his hand and a Bionicle in the other, and I'm like, this city is special. I drove by a Waffle House, I was like, I forgot I was even here. This is amazing.
Listen, autism at its finest, bro.
This is a special city, boy.
I did see him take Tylenol right when he picked me up. There might have been something to that.
Oh shit! Hey, bro, I might as well go to the next one. Hey, that was a great What's Poppin', bro, man. Hey, shout out to Absolute.
I've been so long-winded. My bad.
No, you're good. No, you've been great. No, this is good, man. Listen. Hey, shout out to Absolute series, man. Hey, man, shout out to Absolute Catwoman.
Yeah. Oh God. We all just scared like 50 hoes by doing that.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
That was rough. That was rough, fellas.
If the hoes even watching.
They watching.
I like your attitude. You hear that? You know how quiet that was? He said it to himself. They watching.
They're watching. They said they watch. Taylor said they watching. I'm here. In his scissor shirt.
Oh yeah.
He ready.
Okay, Marcus, go ahead, man. Because Marcus is always the head of this segment right here. Marcus, go ahead and ask away, bro.
I have a question. What fictional character would you love to see you do a stand-up set?
I would love to see the Dungeon Master. Oh, Lord, look at the Dungeon Master right there. Always running a 2-man on the L. Oh, my God. Orcs had the problem Orcs always had. They couldn't appreciate shit. Fuck you and everybody in your house, Frodo.
On that note, I've definitely seen Uncle Ruckus do stand-up.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
There's an episode of the Justice League where I forgot what the stakes were, but Batman ended up saving the day, and he had to make a deal, and the deal was, if you let my friends go, I'll sing this song. And he sings the song at the end of the episode.
Yes.
It's Kevin Conroy doing the singing. And
I remember that.
Every time I watch it, I cry. And I think out of everybody, I would love to see Batman do a stand-up set because Spider-Man would try too hard. Deadpool would be fucking insufferable. Deadpool would be like watching Tony Hinchcliffe. just be like, all right, man, like your whole shtick is shitting on people lower than you. Like,
Yeah.
you're making all the money.
I can see that. Okay, all right.
I love them both. Spider-Man, he's funnier when he probably be good in a heckler situation because he uses his quips to disarm people.
He'd hear them coming with his spider sense.
Yeah, that's very true.
Just come from the same universe. I think Green Lantern from Justice League series would be good
John
too.
Stewart?
John
Yeah,
Stewart.
John Stewart.
He'd be like, God damn it, bro. My main bitch found out my old bitch. And God damn it.
What's wrong with liking a little bit of pink toes?
Yeah, bro. My bitch got wings. What's up with
Darkest
that?
day and blackest night. No park shall escape my sight. The Flash, in that universe would have been really funny too.
Yeah.
But there's just something. Batman is prepared for every. The funniest shit Batman ever did was when he pulled up to Darkseid, and Darkseid has just slapped the dog shit out of every single member of the League. And Batman goes, "Let them go right now, or I'm initiating the self-destruct sequence." And Darkseid's like, "You don't know the self-destruct sequence password." And he goes, "Omega, Lambda, XL, 98." And he's like, "All right, go ahead. Try to do something with the override, bitch." And he goes, "Delta, Charlie, 11387." And he goes, "You were willing to blow up your whole shit to save your friends. That's some shit your friends wouldn't do.
No,
you got my respect, dog." Deuces, and he beat him with his wit. So and I'm also a Batman glazer. Like there's nothing Batman can't do except help minorities. He's got a bad track record for that. I'm not gonna lie. He met Lucius Fox and he went, "Get back to work."
Oh my God, bro.
Put your name on the fact. Now, I'm not going down.
He said the Bat family. And what was it? Batwing.
Batwing,
He's a
yep.
cousin.
Yeah, he comes sometimes.
He doesn't get to be in the family.
You're not really a part of the Bat family. You're Bat family
relative.
adjacent.
That's the only member of the Bat family on Section 8.
Crazy. Oh shit! Damn, bro.
Section 8 Gotham.
So you say that, bro. I'm thinking, what would Batman from the Justice League series opener joke be? You know what I mean? It's like,
I got a gay son.
oh shit! Oh my God! Shout out to Tim Drake, bro. Oh my God!
My favorite part of that whole series is when the Justice League, I forgot what was going on with the government, but they decided, Wonder Woman calls Batman and she's like, "We came to a vote and we decided we're going to turn ourselves into the government." He's like, "That's the single dumbest idea."
Because then Lex Luthor become president.
Luthor
That's what it
said
was.
that.
Yeah.
She was like, "We decided this, Bruce." He goes, "We? I'm a part-timer, bitch. Deuces." And hangs up the phone.
Yep.
And then you go to Batman Beyond, and by that part in the story, Bruce has cut ties with the Justice League and Superman, and I'm just kind of always on Batman's side. And I think a lot of men are, because most of us are faced with well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions, and we're often left with ourselves in a cave, and you can either build yourself up and be better, or you could put in 118 hours in the Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I kind of did both. And then you come and you talk to the boys, and you talk to whoever's with you, and you're like, "Oh, okay, you know what? Maybe what I'm suffering from is creating a lot of this shit in my head, when you really should just go outside and touch grass." But also, I gotta be honest, sometimes touching grass is really fucking hard. Sometimes getting out of bed is really hard in the morning, and you gotta cut yourself some slack when that happens too.
But still though, put on deodorant still.
For real.
Because y'all, I know y'all.
You don't have to touch grass,
some
take
sort
a
of
shower.
crystal or some shit.
Oh shit.
Or at least use True Product detergent to keep your clothes smelling
Yes,
fresh.
yes. True product detergent. Yes.
True.
Shameless
product.
plug. True.
Wash
product.
your ass, motherfucker.
Yes.
It even smells good.
You
Yes.
do not have to
It's
touch
black
grass.
owned, of course it does.
And it's halal.
It's halal.
Yes, and Marcus just found out what halal is.
Would you like to, would you like to
I'm not
entertain me?
stepping on those toes.
I already did.
if you took Marcus up to New York, you see a halal guy, he'd be like, "What the fuck is a halal?"
Salami, eggs, and bacon, my brother.
What's that a slur for?
Oh shit. God damn, but yeah, nah, bro.
October 7th.
Oh shit. But hey, we're gonna go to our next segment then, bro. So this is our hot takes portion. All right. So you
I'm
you
excited
can
for this
either react to a hot take, or if you have a hot take, bro, go ahead and spit it out, bro.
All right.
So go ahead. What you gotta do, bro? You got a hot take? I know you do, bro. You sound like
Listen, I've never been one to shy away from my opinions. I also am someone who tries not to be overly dramatic, and I'm trying to think about what I say before I say it. This is not going to be one of those times.
yes.
I think every single member of the Immigration Customs Enforcement should be put on a Nuremberg 2026 trial and executed in front of the public square.
I honestly don't even think that's a hot take. You know,
I hate to be the one to say that and put you all within my tendrils within it, but I was watching Kristi Noem and her new face this morning. Who she shot her dog and talked about it in a book, by the way, and still got the goddamn job. Yeah. So like, this is the training that these people get, over 47 hours of it. And to me, we were supposed to look at law enforcement like heroes, and the second you're putting on a mask is weird, right? Because you're like, Spider-Man's putting on his mask to protect his identity from the villains who are going to come after his friends and family. They're putting on their mask to have a freedom of consequences from they're killing American civilians. And I lost all respect for Barack, but he did the same shit. Barack was sending drone strikes to the other countries, and we had the question of, can an American president send an order to kill an American citizen? And he kind of just strayed away from the question. And in that moment, everyone should have been shitting their pants. And it doesn't matter who is president. It matters how they're wielding the power. And right now, the power seems to be, why weren't we all suspicious when the guy sent his own secret military police force to cities that didn't vote for him? And why aren't we all shitting?
Dead ass.
And the thing that bothers me is they all go, wow, look at all these fucking lefties that are able to come up and be paid protesters when something like a shooting in Minnesota happens. And your first thought isn't, wow, look at all the people that fucking care about what just happened. And there are so many people that care more about it than don't. And it is hard to care right now, and it is costly. And Tina Fey said opinions are expensive, and I will be the first to tell you, yes, they are. And you have to hold on to them, and you have to stand by them, because the second you sell them, that's the second you're gone. And, I don't want to get on a high horse to say that, but it's just a reminder to everybody. Sometimes you are wrong and everyone else is right, and you also have to always assume that you have more to learn, because the day you stop learning is the day you die. And there's some people who just know everything, and those are the ones that are in power. And I just want to give Stephen Miller a blow dryer so his fucking bald head will burn. And I want someone to sell. Why can't the guy who gave Matthew Perry ketamine sell a little bit to Elon Musk?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I want to know. Right? You know what I mean? Why can't he catch a fade? Damn. I don't know much about ketamine, but one of the side effects is it makes you work for a pedophile for a very long time. And, I'm kind of just sick of bending over backwards for people who fuck kids. Like, I'm sorry. Fuck you. That conversation was over right there. You know how easy it is to come out and say, I'm not a pedophile. I can say it right now. I'm not a pedophile. See how quickly they all went, I'm not a pedophile either. Now, everybody who's on the Epstein, I don't know much about Jeffrey Epstein, but I know that motherfucker loved pictures. And there's a picture with everybody that they have. And they're not releasing the files for a reason. They killed that woman in Minnesota for a reason. Ask yourself why. And if you still getting down on both knees to hang out with him, there is an uncle at every single barbecue that they don't let the kids go around. And you go, let your kids around. Who? And you still vote for that motherfucker? JD Vance, you're next. I hate you. I hate the balls you came out of. And I'm glad that your mother traded you for 12 Percocets.
Damn.
Nothing you say is worth it. And Charlie is looking up right now, watching you fuck his wife, just mad as hell.
That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy.
I'm Pete Davidson, by the way.
That's crazy. Hey, yo, that's fucking insane. Hey, but honestly, bro. Going off of that hot take earlier with the ice and shit, I wish some of y'all just would stop using the Punisher logo, bro. That ass, please.
He hates cops. The Punisher. Please. You know why he's the Punisher? Because the cops didn't do a goddamn thing.
Yeah, bro.
In the last Daredevil episode, they failed him. They failed him. And in that last episode, they had to do that episode where he killed like 50 cops or some shit in Daredevil Born Again. And John Bernthal kind of pissed me off when he was like, he always got to tell you something. He's like, let me tell you something, man. He's like, I respect those men and women that put on that uniform every day. And I'm like, then take the fucking Punisher logo off. And you can. There's a lot. My brother-in-law is a cop, and I was sitting with him on Christmas Eve, and he was a good cop, and it sucks because the idea of policing is wrong. But there needs to be good cops, and there are so few of them. And I hate speaking out because it makes them feel like they're not doing enough. And the problem is they're working. It's like teachers. They're working so hard, but they're fighting against a system that's fighting even harder. And police are no different than the bounty hunters that used to go and round up free slaves or runaway slaves or just black people minding their business in the South in the 1800s. That's what the cops are basically the same shit now. And it's hard for me to look at it any other way. And there's a lot of people who accept it. There's also a lot of intolerable white people, the black square posting whites who I can't stand. And like the woman, Renee Good, they raised like 1.5 million for her GoFundMe, and her family gave the money back, and they said donate that shit to other people who were actually victims of ICE. And I think that's a really important conversation to have too. But now more than ever, we just have to. We're all. They're building rocket ships to leave this planet. You think they're gonna take us? You know, we have to. We're gonna die when the meteor hits.
It's like they're jumping the Titanic.
That's what I'm saying. We're all going down on the Titanic together, so we might as well just get to know one another as we're drowning.
That's what I'm saying.
The only one who are gonna get freed are the fish.
Exactly. And going back to what you said earlier, if folks would just read these comic books, read these manga, read all that shit, read the fiction, man.
Read,
it's analogous.
Read, nigga.
The world would be a better place.
Like a job application. all the rooms in this house, why the possessed nigga gotta be in mine?
I read 3,000 comic books,
bro. That was good. Oh my god, that was a good hot take.
Look at Black Superman. They call him Steel for a reason.
Yo, I got one last little question for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is shout out to our host Rod, man. He ain't here right now, but you know he at home because he. Boy slept in. Anyways,
That's what happened. All right.
quick. So
that happens a lot in Atlanta.
Yeah, actually.
So he always had. We had a question the other day. It was Civil War. All right, Captain America Civil War. Right.
Shit,
Yeah. All right.
Steve Rogers.
Your
Steve
team,
Rogers.
Steve Rogers is right.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Troy.
I always get flamed for saying that. And listen, I'm not saying Tony wasn't valid for if a motherfucker killed both of my parents, depending on the day of the week and what trauma I remember they imposed on me, I might pull up on him too. But everybody on Team Iron Man died. Everybody on Team Iron Man was wrong. Everybody on Team Cap, yeah, they lived horrible lives, but they were right. The bombs being dropped in Palestine would be from Stark Industries, and the person shielding them would be Steve Rogers. I'm sorry, Steve Rogers every single time. Steve Rogers, Steve motherfucking Rogers.
But you can agree that situation where Steve was wrong in that situation, right? Where it was like.
He was wrong for
protecting Bucky.
He should. They were both wrong. Watching Captain America and Iron Man fight as an audience member, it hurts you because you're just like, much like reading the Civil War book, you're just like, it's kind of like Attack on Titan, where at the end of Attack on Titan, you go, all of you are wrong. You're all wrong. Like, nobody on this show is right. Calm the fuck down.
You all have your reasons.
Yeah, but you have your reasons. I understand why it's come to this.
It's all about perspective.
And it's all about perspective. And like I think Steve Rogers would have always shown up in the end to help Tony like he did in Endgame. Exactly. I don't think Tony would have done the same if the roles had been reversed. And when it's best summarized when they have that bottle, that scene where he goes, everything that's special about you came out of a bottle. And Steve goes, take off that suit. Let's see how long you can go. And I think the everyman wants to be Tony Stark. We want to be Flash. We want to feel it. You see Elon cosplay it every day. But deep down, we're all Steve Rogers, or at least that's sort of who we hope to be. And I do think he was wrong in that moment, but also Tony damn near escalated the situation at every fucking turn. And he really, the point of no return was him justifying holding on to Wanda. And that's where Steve lost it. That's the nice allegory if there ever was one.
So that's true. Yeah, he did escalate the shits.
I told y'all. It was other shit going on.
No, I did say that. Now, you know what? And I did say that.
I tell you about being right.
Yeah, and I did say, because Rod's argument was that, because he had known already. He's known. Steve's known since since Winter Soldier.
That was wrong.
Yeah,
and it's hard.
He's known since Winter Soldier.
I didn't know it was him.
Yeah, if he had a conversation with Tony, he's like, hey, bro, I just want to let you know, hey, my best friend killed your parents, bro.
Yeah.
I just want you to know I'm about to go save him, and I just need you to calm down. Just be with me real quick about this shit. Come on.
Steve Rogers is
He was
on your left, boy.
I mean, listen, bro. He went back in time, and ain't shit changed, bro. So,
regardless of all the shit that went down, regardless of all the shit that happened, we're not handing over the authority of the Avengers
over to the government. Not to the U.S. government. Yeah, dead ass.
And we're not handing over our comrades to the U.S. government to imprison. Fuck
that's
that.
sort of what, like, he learned that lesson in Winter Soldier, so it makes sense that when he gets that. But I mean, Civil War also had a point too, and the problem with Civil War is it was Tony Stark's problem. It was kind of his fault.
It was his fucking fault.
And the Sokovia Accords within that context.
Kicking shit, taijutsu.
Even in the book, he's ramping up the Civil War, doing everything he did with Spider-Man and giving him the suit and putting his kid on the line, and then he doesn't learn his lesson really in the movies until Infinity War. But like he doesn't ever really, he had to die because that was the only way he was gonna get his yeah, exactly.
And then all the stuff, all that meteor and Age of Ultron was Stark Tech because it was the pulse and stuff.
Cause I'm in a hurry. 10 toes down, I ain't never scurry. Addicted to the losers, I'm really worried. Surrounded by the isolated, never burdened. I never abandoned the ones y'all look down on. Persecuted for just trying to relate. I don't know if I'm supposed to partake, but I know I can't help but desecrate everything in my way. Let's do it. Yeah, dodging shit like hockey. Put a nigga on his neck like Baki. Hottest nigga, yeah, I'm hotter than wasabi. Pull up with a baddie red bottoms like Takis. Yeah, and you ain't gotta have no hobbies. Tell them folks drop your ass off in the lobby. And we gon' pick you up. You with the losers now, so what the fuck is really up, yeah. Yeah, dodging shit like hockey. Put a nigga on his neck like Baki. Hottest nigga, yeah, I'm hotter than wasabi. Pull up with a baddie red bottoms like Takis. And you ain't gotta have no hobbies. Tell them folks drop your ass off in the lobby. And we gon' pick you up. You with the losers now, so what the fuck is really up, I was outside stepping, 10 toes down, I was always ready.